You know, I didn't realize how much I actually liked the Marvel movies before I started making these videos. So I'm back with another one, and many more to come. I hope you enjoy. Guardians of the Galaxy. The movie starts off on a bit of an emotional one, with a young Peter Quill who's at the hospital where his mum is dying. He dies shortly into the scene, and a young emotional Peter Quill runs outside to let all of his emotions go, but gets picked up by a spaceship. Fast forward about 20 odd years and we're on Morag, where a much older Peter Quill is looking for this orb. But as soon as he gets his hands on it, this guy shows up, and after a short convo, he's had enough, gives him the old boop boop and barely gets out of there. After he escapes, we get to see how 80s his ship is, and then this is when we get to meet Yondu. Honestly, my favourite character, probably because of The Walking Dead. If you know, you know. Anyway, back to the film. Yondu tells Peter to come give him the orb, but Peter says,
"Well, where you at now, boy?"
I feel really bad about this, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
So Yondu's like,
"Put a bounty on him. 40K.
And he's not an idiot, he knows.
What we do need to worry about is who else out there wants that orb."
And he's right, this is when we meet Ronan. He learns where the stone is and who has got it, and sends Nebula to go get it, but Gamora's like,
"It will be your doom."
So Ronan sends Gamora instead. So off to Xandar we go, and this is when we meet Rocket, and I can't remember the tree guy's name. Oh yeah, that's it. After Rocket scanned around the area, he finds Peter Quill with that 40k bounty. Back with Peter Quill, and he's off to see the merchant to sell the orb, but as soon as he mentions Ronan,
But I want no part of this transaction if Ronan is involved. Whoa.
gets kicked outside, but who's outside waiting for him?
You have the bearing of a man of honor.
After a bit of rustle tussle, Rocket gets involved and goes for the bounty, but fighting in a busy city doesn't go unnoticed, and the Nova Corps steps in. And it's off to the kill they go. And this is where things get exciting. We learn Gamora was going to betray Ronan and sell the orb to a third party, and that everyone in the prison wants to kill her. We also learn how much Peter loves his 80s music.
Got a feeling, Blue Swede, 1973, that song belongs to me!
After being prepped and decked, Rocket sets pace on the whole prison.
We go through you!
And this is when we first meet Drax. He wants to kill Gamora because she's daughter of Thanos, but Peter steps in to save the day.
Not the man this witch attempted to kill.
Well, I mean, she's hardly the first woman to try and do that to me.
Convinces Drax he can get to Thanos if she stays alive, and this is when he can.
Why would I put my finger on his throat?
The next day, Rocket's had enough, and comes up with the escape plan. Just in time too, as Ronan's on his way. As the group are escaping, Peter doesn't have his music, and this guy's serious about his music.
What?
That bastard didn't put it back.
Put what back?
So with his music in hand, he gets back to the ship, and it's off to nowhere to meet the Collector. But he keeps them waiting, and what else to do but to get stupid drunk. Quite literally in Drax's case. The Collector's slave comes to collect them.
The Lady Gamora, I'm here to fetch you for my master.
And they go to meet the Collector. And this is where we learn the power and the origins of the stones.
Can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength.
But his slaves had enough. And quite frankly, I don't blame her, to be honest.
I will no longer be your slave!
No!
Blows everything up, so now they don't have a buyer. And they know how powerful the stone really is. But as they are discussing what to do with the stone,
I shall meet my foe.
and
Will, don't you move, boy!
so now it's a game of chase. But in the end, so now Ronan has the stone and is supposed to give it to the main man Thanos. But like an idiot,
Thanos is the most powerful being in the universe.
Not anymore.
meanwhile, Quill and Gamora get picked up by Yondu, but after a few words, Yondu's back on side. Just as all is well, Rocket and Drax show up. So now they need a plan, and after a few heartfelt words from Quinn, the team's on board. Eventually.
We're all standing up now.
Bunch of jackasses standing in a circle.
It's time to put the plan into action. They phoned the Nova Corps and asked them to help them in the fight with Ronan. Now Yondo and the Nova Corps helping, the plan goes into full effect. Don't let Ronan touch the ground. While everyone else is trying to slow Ronan's ship, the gang go on board and try to fight him direct. But it doesn't go to plan and he still touches down. But Quill's got one more idea.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Then bring it down hard.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
They save the day and move towards the next Marvel film to come. This film's fun, fast paced and a proper adventure movie, where it's not going from place to place for no real reason. But anyway, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like and subscribe. Or don't, not like I care, I'm going to smoke one. Peace!
Finger to the throat means